little crowded back there. Standing room only. Darcy, you're clogging everything up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to our Bible study hour at Christ the King. Normally, we're reading through the Bible in a year. We're now into the Gospels. Today, we have a special break, though. Instead of hearing me talk, we have Dr. Lucy Maki here. She's a retired professor from the University of Idaho. If you were here a year ago or so, she told her fantastic faith story about coming from China through South Africa, Florida, now up to North Idaho here, how she has come to faith in Christ. And this morning she's going to share a little bit about her life as a scientist and how that meets with her life as a Christian. When Lucy isn't up here, she spends her winters down bearing the cross of Christ, evangelizing people at Disney World. And the harvest is plentiful and the workers are few. So Lucy and her husband Gary serve the Lord at Disney World, and she's up here for a little bit longer. So that's enough of me. Everybody, we have enough chairs. People are quiet. Lucy, the hour is yours. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share the scientific evidence of God's creation. Last year I was here, and I asked if you are interested in intelligent design. They said yes, so here I am. And this year I asked another question. Are you interested to hear the story, the mission in Walt Disney World? So if you're interested, I will come back next year and report. So today I will focus on this intelligent design. This is a topic about the recent year about in the science world, and we discover more and more. That's why I put the title is Discover the Truth. Because in the school, at least I was taught God creation is this is just a religion idea. And evolution is a science, but creation is a religion. This is what I was taught in the school. I believe they still carry this kind of concept in the most public school here. So I remember several years ago, not too long, maybe 2-3 years ago, there was a debate in Pennsylvania courtroom. One of my colleagues, he is a microbiologist, is a faithful Christian. He went to the courtroom and debate the scientific evidence of intelligent design. And unfortunately, the judge said this is a religion. It's not allowed to teach intelligent design in public school. So our university president at that time, he announced there's no intelligent design teaching in the University of Idaho. This is a very sad time. But I want to clear that is creation really is a religion based, is no scientific based. This is what I want to address today. So, why so many people believe evolution is science? Because evolution has some base, scientific base. The most scientific base is similarity. We know that Darwin, the first what he looked at, the fossil, is similarity. So there is a similarity between different species. So this is the evolution base. For example, the human evolution. And why I say evolution is a hypothesis. This is just a theory. The hypothesis is mostly say has not been proved theory. It's a hypothesis. So because they find that similarity, so this is they conclude. Because of that, they conclude that human is from monkey. Okay, but no evidence this way. They just based on that. And then the recent year we can look into the DNA, see how much similarity between gene and human. If you look at the DNA data, it's really similar. You see 99.2% DNA gene is identical. So evolution people said, look, this is a similarity. So our human being must follow gene. But if you dig into it, what is 0.8% represent? Then you will shock. So the 0.8 represent that this is the big number. You see, human genome contain 10 to 10 unit. If you look at such a big number, 0.8% represent 128 million different. Okay, they tell you the small number, 0.8, but they didn't tell you the 0.8 is represent 128 million. If you think about it, what is the possibility this 128 million difference accumulated into one individual and then start a first human being? What kind of possibility? So if you can look at the chance mutation accumulate, 2 mutations accumulate to 1 offspring, the chance is 1 to the 4th. If we continue to calculate, then the mathematics tell us 128 million point mutation accumulate in the first human being. The chance is, look at this number, I even cannot say that number, because the universal, they say that this much second. And how many years, let's say if you get married early, it's at age 15 you have the first baby, it's still not enough time and get all those mutations into the first human being. So the evolution tells us 0.8% difference, but you dig into this 128 million difference. So there's almost no chance can change from accumulate all those mutations into one individual. Okay, evolution have another base, say that because mutation and nature selection, and then you can create a new species. But in the laboratory, we do this bacterial mutation stuff, mutation stuff. And sometimes the mutation does occur naturally, like a drug-resistant bacteria. We all know that. And also in the species, we did see the mutation. The same flower species, but the change of color, little bit color different. This mutation does occur, but up to now, we don't have any evidence that mutation results in a new species. We only see within species mutation occurred and they change the attitude, change the different